Hi, it's Kat in the studio today. I wanted to show you something I'm working on. Not quite done, but it's in process. I started this before COVID a couple months ago, and now I'm glad to finally get back to it. I've been making a lot of hat pins, a lot of the crosses that you might see. This one is going to be without patina, but I've got several more to do with patina this week. So this one's going to go in the done pile. And I'll show you when I clean up some areas on this and on the back. I'm going to show you how to do that today. Wear a mask. These little fibers and pumice wheel stuff will get in your nose and your breathing airways. We don't want that. We've had a few people in the community get cancer or get really sick. I don't think that's where I got my pneumonia this year. I think I got it from COVID. But I do use steel wool. A lot of people hate it. I have a little box under here that I catch all the pieces. And that's what I hear people hate about it. After it comes out of the pickle, it looks pretty blackened and gross. And before I move any farther, I give everything a good swipe with the steel wool. And you want to be careful that you don't leave too deep marks. It can really cut into it. Now I liked my silver to be brushed. Not very often do I do the super polished finish. The brush seems to have the patina stand out better. So on the back side, I'm going to set aside my box because I'm done with the steel wool for a minute. I use this tiny pumice wheel on my flex drive, and see if I can show you what I'm trying to fix. So I had to solder the jump rings twice. So I have quite a bit of excess solder underneath it. And I had quite a blob accidentally get here. I've already cleaned that up. But if you need to clean up blobs of silver on a back plate, I highly recommend the pumice wheel. If you're cleaning up in tight corners, like if I ended up having excess solder in the trees, what I would use is, it's called this Super Snap Mini Kit. And I'll show it to you. And it goes on your flex shaft. So don't worry about it going upside down. It has this plastic seal on top. And they're just tiny little discs. That's how I get in the tiny spaces. It comes with many different colors. The back side of this tells you the different grits, what they're for. I've actually used it a lot. I found out from I believe another person on Instagram posted, and I don't remember who. I'm sorry, it's been a long time. I did order mine off Amazon. So everybody should be able to get it. And make sure my foot pedal is where I can reach it. It got kicked out. So it's going to take some work. And I do kind of start using the tip. What I mean by the tip is kind of angled, the edge a little bit. Try and get in there. But you don't want to cut a hole. And then once I get some of it, I get flatter. I know it's really hard to see and hard to get the angle. And the little bump that was there is not there anymore, and I have to work on the one right here. This one's a little bigger. I'm gonna lay it flat. I know it's hard to see, but it's easier for me to get in there. And I don't really want it marring up the front side, and I hear it moving around. So I'll put down my polishing cloth, then get back at it. Just a little bit more. Don't be afraid to move it around, get it at a better angle. Okay, so you can see that is much flatter. Now, I've roughed up the silver, so I have to move on to my tips on, sorry, I bumped the camera. I'll use these scrubby wheels. And I'll use the green first, then I have an orange. Show you, it's in my holder back here. I have an orange, and then I'll finish with the red. And then I will, again, probably use the steel wool after all these. And it's not going to take that long to make that look much better. The metal gets hot as we work on it, so I've got to take it off. Now, if this green one doesn't want to take off a lot of the rough stuff, it's doing a really good job. I can move to some hand sand filings. I also have other rubber tips that I do like for my foredom. Sometimes getting at it by hand gets it done faster. And if you don't have a foredom, I have found tools and hand filing. I've done this by hand for years. Right now I'm about 19 years into this craft, so I have accumulated a few tools. I am very comfortable in the amount of work I get in. I know some people aren't getting any, and other people are busier than heck. You know, it just depends on your journey. I also find that the longer you're in this industry, more people want to do business with you. It's just about ready for the next one to move up. It's really hot. I'm going to let it cool down. But you get the gist that I'll go through all those nubs, and then I will finish it with steel wool, and then later the next step will be putting in I'm going to use white turquoise for the stone. I'll film that another day, and then I'll put patina and get it chained up. So we'll see you later on in the week with another video.